Alright, what's up, guys? The Lee Sin reveal just came out today, so we're going to be looking around those cards. Um, they did release a couple of cards here. This is all the new cards that's coming out with this package, so we'll see. So Lee Sin is a 6 mana 3/6. When you cast a spell, give me Challenger this round. If you cast another, give me Barrier. Level up when you cast 7 spells this game. I know I was looking at Runeterra subreddit where they were like talking about ideas for cards, and I know this one of them was like them constantly getting buffs, like keywords. So it's kind of cool that it actually became a card. Um, I don't know if they actually got the inspiration from it, but seeing that it was a card and then it went to live, pretty cool. I doubt it though, but you never know. And then when he levels up, he goes up +1/+1 in his stats, and he has dragon range enemies that he challenges. So he still doesn't have challenger. He still needs to cast a spell to get the challenger. But the dragon's rage is the spell for him, which is an ally strikes an enemy and their nexus. If the enemy survives, recall it. Okay, so yeah, if he were to dragon rage someone and it killed them, it would do 4 to the nexus as well since he's 4 attack. That's pretty cool. Also, that the fact that this is a spell, like a slow spell that you can do, um, it strikes an enemy. I wonder. I wonder if that's a one-way combat or two-way because of the high mana cost. I want to say it's a one-way combat. I think Whirling Death has the same keyword too. So yeah, that's pretty good because you're trying to clear an enemy and you do extra damage to the Nexus. I think that card is pretty sick, especially because it's just stuck onto Lee Sin when he levels up. 7+ spells is a lot, but with the support of the cards we'll see right now, it it won't be hard. But that's some good value. A 7 mana spell that's just attached to Lee Sin. That spell's really good, I think. While you're getting rid of minions, you're also getting rid of their nexus, you know. And plus, the best part is that they don't survive. Like, let's say you cast 2 spells for Lee Sin, and he has barrier, but he doesn't get to kill the person. Like, if someone stacks like a super high cost minion, like let's say, mm, I think Tryndamere would come to mind, or maybe a Nivea. Because like if they don't die, you recall them, and so they're forced to play it again, and it'll be all that mana cost. So it's pretty good, even if it doesn't kill them, because the recall just puts them back. At that point, you're doing a 4 mana spell, and you're still attacking their nexus. So I mean, you're just pushing them back. Okay, let's look at the other minions first. So in the bottom left, we have Claws of the Dragon, 2 mana 3/2. Summon me from hand once you play 2 spells this round. Um, with the spell support, this is kind of cool because in early game you can really dominate with using 2 spells to summon the two drop. It's kind of like the Apprentice card from Piltover, where it's like a 2 mana body, but you get 2 spell mana back. So I mean, you're just getting more value. And early game, like the more mana efficient you are, the better your board gets. So this could be a really good card or early game and stuff, especially if you get it rolling. Okay, there's 3 mana Scales of the Dragon. When I'm summoning, create a dragon's protection in hand. He's a 4/2. Dragon's protection is. Oh, okay. Let me. It's this card in the bottom right. What the heck? Why are they so far from each other? Look, I'll hide myself real quick. Where am I? Okay. So you see Dragon's Protection on the bottom right. 2 mana, slow, grant an ally +0/+3. So Will of Disciples is 1 mana more, and it is a burst with like the chance of what you want to do. So it's hard because usually in the other turns you have them, and like you have it as a burst, right? Will of Disciple you have as a burst, and it's kind of like, well, I need you to attack me, and I'm gonna buff it. You know I have the buff, but I need to force it on you. But the cool thing about this is that the health stays. I didn't think of that. So there's the upside of it compared to Will Disciples, plus 3 health. And the fact that you're giving a minion plus 3 health probably means your minion is at least at 1 health because it needs to be alive, right? And if it goes to a 4 health or higher, it will be really difficult to kill. So giving that buff to someone could be really insane. It is slow, so the opponent can react, but I think it's a good card, especially because it just comes out of a 3 mana 4/2. So that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, that card seems pretty nice. Then there's the 3 mana Tail of the Dragon, 3/2. When I'm recalled, transform me into Concussive Palm, which is on the top right. You can see over here. Is a 4 mana fast, stun an enemy to summon a Tail of the Dragon. Okay, it's important to note that it says stun an enemy to summon. So if you were to get rid of that enemy, or like if Shadow Isles, for example, did kill my ally, it would ruin the spell, which means I think it won't summon the Tail of the Dragon. So that's pretty interesting. When I'm recall, transform me. Um, hmm. Do you really want to recall this though? I guess we'll see with the spells, because I think there's one with synergy with that. When I'm recall, transform me. On the other side, um, Concussive Palm isn't a token card. You can see the rarity. So that means you could even play this card to summon a Tail of the Dragon. So maybe you'd play this for the Concussive Palms instead of the Tail of the Dragon, or vice versa. They both look pretty neat, but maybe I wouldn't play Tail of the Dragon for the effect. And playing a 3 mana 3/2, probably not the best. 4 mana stun, probably if I'm playing like a Yasuo deck, maybe. More stun synergy is pretty nice. Yeah, with the stun and recalls deck. I mean, you could tell these two cards both want to be in stun and recalled. I forgot to note that the Dragon Protection, the card on the bottom right, is a token card only, which is important because I think that card's not too bad, but it'll only come out if you play Scales of the Dragon. You can also, if 3 mana Scales of the Dragon for 4/2, and if you do the slow, it becomes a 4/5. Kind of a 5 mana 4/5. It's a Yeti. No, to Elnuk. Oh, those are 4 mana 4/5s. Okay, so now we have Sonic Wave. Burst. Give an allied challenger this round. Create a fleeting resonating strike in hand, which is on the bottom. 1 mana. Okay, that's burst and that's fleeting, those keywords. Give an ally +2/+0 this round. Hmm, that's pretty nice. Oh, it also synergizes so well with these cards. Like Calls of the Dragon, she'll get summoned once you do both of these. Lee Sin gets both of the keywords if you do both of those. And you're giving an ally challenger, so it's like you're getting a 2 minion package kind of deal. Plus, if you have Claws and Dragon in hand, that's like theoretically, right? Resonating Strike, give an ally +2. It's nice because you're gonna get challenger. It's gonna disappear, so might as well. Might as well just call this a 3 mana card, do 2 spells. Really nice release in Claws of the Dragon. Yeah, and Resonating Strike also a token card. It has no rarity. Hmm, I think that's pretty nice against elusives. I mean, it is Ionia, so wait, yeah, this is Ionia. Uh, if I'm playing Ionia, I would just use elusives. Never mind. I guess it helps. Challenger is always good. You can still pull the elusives. Eh, that's alright. Yeah, it's good. Good, good. What's cool about this effect, though, or what's interesting, I like, is that once you play the card, your opponent has resonating strike, and you have to play around it. So when the opponent blocks, you can hold on to resonating strike, and they'll be like, oh, well, is he gonna resonating strike this guy or this one? Like, which minion do I value more and stuff? And puts the opponent in a bad situation, makes them want to consider twice about trading, especially because it is a fleeting card. Maybe they're like, just take the damage. So pretty nice. Kind of like how people act with Draven Axes, for example. Okay, Retreat, another card that's similar to Sonic Wave. It's a fast spell, can be stopped. Recall an ally to create. It could also kill the ally. Recall an ally to create a fleeting return in hand. Okay, I'll put my camera away again. Return is a one mana card, just like Resonating Strike. Fleeting and burst. Oh my god, that's so annoying, dude. They have the keywords backwards. Like, it's fleeting, then burst, but in Resonating Strike, it's burst, then fleeting. Man, OCD. Okay, return is summon an ally that costs 3 or less from hand. Okay, recall an ally to create a fleeting return in hand. Recall an ally. Okay, so that's a one spell proc. That's pretty nice. And return. Summon an ally that costs 3 or less from hand. So you can summon any of the minions that we talked about or that are released. Summon an ally that costs 3 or less from hand. Hmm. I guess it also synergizes with Tail of the Dragon. You can technically recall him. You can play him for 3 mana, so you can retreat him and then return him for a 6 mana combo. I don't know. This card is interesting. Um, Maybe because I'm only thinking of Ionia and these cards, but I'm not too sure where you would want this effect. Ionia does have a lot of cards. Ionia does synergize with a lot of cards that do want to be recalled though, like Allegiance buffs and stuff, like Kinku, Wayfinder. So the recall might be really nice, and the fact that it does a return means that you can get more value off of the recall you just did. Because if it's an ally that costs 3 or less, if it's 3, theoretically you're getting your mana back, right? Because you're retreating and returning for a total of 3 mana, and if you summon a minion of 3, it's like you did equivalent mana exchange that you would have played for that 3 drop anyways. So pretty interesting. I need to think more about the effects Retreat can work on, but right now I can only think of Kinku Wayfinder. Pretty sure there's more synergies, and especially if it's a high minion, a high health minion, you might want to bring back. All right, well that's what I think about these cards. Man, Lee Sin is actually pretty nice. At even in perspective, um, in perspective, being a 3 attack is still pretty bad. Because Culling Strike is getting a lot of play right now. The health is very nice, but 3 attack, uh, you see it a lot when you see the. Sometimes when the minions have so high health, their callback is that they are 3 attack. And I like to believe it's mostly because of Culling Strike. And they're not that much of a threat because they're only dealing 3 damage or less. So you want to level up this guy. Or you might want to have a buff just in case. um, in case that scenario happens. You could still buff him. But the stats are pretty nice. The effects is pretty nice. It's gonna be in a spell deck, so we'll see how it goes. The spell support looks pretty nice. Looks like Lee Sin should be pretty well. Lee Sin and Karma definitely broken synergy. Um, I mean, who isn't broken with Karma, right? Um, Lee Sin with Freljord actually. Lee Sin with Freljord with Ash maybe. It could be in a control deck because they do cast a lot of spells. So when you have Lee Sin and Ash on the board, you'll see them um, controlling the board just so hard because Lee Sin's gonna pull maybe even barrier a frozen. Well, you wouldn't need a barrier at that point, but you can pull a frozen unit that Ash is probably gonna do. You're gonna have Frostbite and Elixir and Irons and all that stuff. Look, maybe it looks pretty good in Freljord the more I think about it. Um, we'll see though. Let me know what you guys think of the cards. Are you excited? Which ones do you think will be good? Which ones do you think will be bad? Are you hyped for release in? Let me know. All right, laters. Don't forget to click on the channel and see the other um, reviews I've done for the other champs, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys.